Millions of years ago, the ancient savanna stretched across the land in every direction, a wide and restless place ruled by heat, dust, and survival. The air shimmered under the weight of the noon sun, and every creature, from herds of distant relatives of today's antelopes to massive browsing mammals long extinct, moved with caution. This world looked familiar from a distance: grasslands, scattered trees, circling scavengers, but the animals that lived here belonged to another age, shaped by harsher demands and constant conflict. Predators and prey shared the same shrinking waterholes, each moment balanced on the thin edge between life and death, and even the strongest beasts were never safe for long. On this particular day, a lone Amphicyon ingens, a giant bear dog, approached a drying pool of mud and cracked earth. The creature was enormous, nearly a ton of muscle and bone, with the thick, powerful frame of a bear and the long, crushing jaws of a hunting dog. Hunger drove it forward. The dry season had gone on too long, and the once rich savanna had turned into a hard and unforgiving place where food was rare and danger was everywhere. Every step it took sent small clouds of dust swirling around its paws, and its sides rose and fell with slow, heavy breaths. It had caught the scent of meat, fresh meat, and that was enough to make it ignore the risk that any scavenged kill always carried. Across the waterhole, standing guard over a half-devoured carcass, was another giant of the ancient plains, Daeodon shoshonensis, the infamous hell pig. Although not a true pig, it was one of the most terrifying animals ever to walk the open grasslands. Its skull was huge, almost a meter long, with deep pits and bony flanges that anchored some of the strongest jaw muscles nature ever produced. It could crush bone as easily as branches snap beneath a storm. This Daeodon had come early in the morning, driven by its own hunger to claim the body of a fallen rhino-like herbivore. Now it stood over the carcass, stained with blood, and unwilling to give up a meal in a season when every bite mattered. When the bear dog stepped closer, the hell pig lifted its heavy head and let out a warning sound, a low, rumbling grunt that rolled across the ground. Both animals stared at each other, the air thick with tension. The vultures that had been circling overhead paused in mid-flight, sensing the violence about to unfold. Neither predator wanted to back down, and neither could afford to. A single good meal could mean the difference between life and death in this harsh, ancient landscape. The fight began without hesitation. The Daeodon charged first, its hoofs pounding against the dry earth as it rushed forward with surprising speed for such a heavy creature. The bear dog braced itself and then moved to the side at the last moment, slamming its massive shoulder into the hell pig. The impact sounded like two trees crashing together. Dust exploded into the air as the entelodont spun and snapped with its huge teeth, missing the bear dog's throat by inches. The bear dog responded with its own attack, biting into the hell pig's flank with jaws powerful enough to crush bone. But Daeodon twisted free in a burst of furious strength, ripping flesh from the bear dog in a counterbite that left both animals bleeding. The battle grew more desperate with every passing second. Blood darkened the ground, and each breath came out as a harsh growl or violent snort. Neither animal had any intention of surrendering. Finally, the hell pig reared up and lunged for a killing bite aimed at the bear dog's skull. At the last moment, the bear dog surged forward and caught the hell pig by the throat. Muscles strained, bodies shook, and with one enormous effort, the bear dog lifted and threw its rival to the ground. The struggle ended quickly after that. The hell pig's body went still, and the savanna fell silent again. The bear dog stood over its hard-won prize, panting, wounded, but still alive. It had food now, enough to keep it going for days if no new danger appeared. As the sun dipped toward the horizon and shadows stretched across the plains, the vultures began to descend once more, and the ancient world returned to its endless rhythm of life, death, and survival.